Herzlich willkommen zu einer neuen Episode des Untergraben Podcasts, dem Podcast von undergrounded.de. Herzlich willkommen zu einer neuen Episode. Herzlich willkommen, Sebi an meiner Seite. Hi.
Hallöchen.
Der Anlass für eine neue Episode ist diesmal, dass wir sprechen wollen mit Interviewpartnern über die neue Ausgabe beziehungsweise die zweite Ausgabe des Hole in the Sun Festivals, dessen Flyer vielleicht dem einen oder anderen schon begegnet ist, online oder sogar in gedruckter Version. Ähm, Was manche nämlich auf dem Schirm haben sollten, ist, dass es ja bereits 2023 eine erste Ausgabe dieses Events gab. Ähm, und nach einem kleinen Hiatus 2024, in dem es keine Ausgabe gab, wird dieses Jahr, anno 2025, die zweite Ausgabe stattfinden, und zwar Ende Juni. Nicht mehr im Norden von Kassel, sondern diesmal im beschaulichen Rauschenberg in der Nähe von Marburg. Und naja, warum der Location-Wechsel? Warum neues Datum? Was haben sich die Veranstalter dabei gedacht? Und was werden die Besucher zu erwarten haben? Da haben wir mal unseren zwei Interviewpartnern, darunter Lior und Lukas aus dem inneren Zirkel des Hole in the Sun Coven, ein bisschen auf den Zahn gefühlt und die beiden ins Kreuzverhör genommen. Erneut in der englischen Sprache, aber das wird nachher erst der Main Part dieses Podcasts werden. Zuerst möchte ich noch mal ein bisschen mit Sebi über unsere Erfahrungen auf dem 2023er Event sprechen. Gib jetzt mal das Wort an dich ab. Hi.
Ja, hi. Den Hintergrund mal besser nicht so beachten. Der ist ein bisschen besoffen heute. Ich weiß auch nicht, was da los ist. Aber ja, 23, das erste Mal Hole in the Sun als Zweitages-Festival, Zwei-Tage-Festival, ne?
Genau,
Diesmal haben
zwei
wir
Tage Programm.
tatsächlich genau ein bisschen mehr. Aber das war ja schon so der Auftakt für das. Ja, wir waren ja beide zugegen, auch ein bisschen eingespannt über das Wochenende, weshalb wir natürlich so vom Programm den einen oder anderen Punkt, den wir gerne mitgenommen hätten, natürlich nicht sehen konnten. Allerdings ist mir das ganze Festival super gut in Erinnerung geblieben über die Organisation, das Ganze drumherum. Und naja, gut, wenn man halt involviert ist, dann ist man da halt noch so ein bisschen tiefer drin, als wenn man nur als Gast im Prinzip dabei ist, ne, und
Richtig.
sich dann die Bands anhört und sich so ein bisschen berauschen lässt von Bildern, Atmosphäre, Musik, ja, was man halt so dann mitnehmen kann. Von daher,
Du hast schon recht, wir sind eigentlich ein bisschen gebiased vielleicht sogar. Und wer die
ja,
Berichterstattung von Undergrounded verfolgt hat, der wird auch schon einiges aus unseren Recaps des Events von 2023 ja mitbekommen haben.
vielleicht hat ja der ein oder andere den Podcast auch gesehen, den wir zu dem Festival noch gemacht hatten, ne?
Mhm,
Aber jetzt sind wir ja wieder dran, denn ja, wenn was Neues ansteht, machen wir auch mal was Neues, ne?
ganz genau. Du hast gerade schon gesagt, das Event 2025 wird auf 3 Tage ausgeweitet. Es wird einen ersten Festivaltag schon den Donnerstag geben, Freitag, Samstag. Für uns war die 2023er Auflage ein bisschen ja, doch ein bisschen viel Arbeit ähm, geprägt, weil wir natürlich schon die ganze Woche da auch als Helfer am Start waren. Ne? Ähm, ja, wir haben Bands kennenlernen können. Wir sind ein bisschen als Fahrer unterwegs gewesen. Aber ja, allen voran das Programm war natürlich das Besondere, was die Leute von Hole in the Sun aus dem Stand quasi aus dem Boden gestampft haben. Ähm, ja, was waren deine Highlights damals?
Ja, also wenn ich jetzt nochmal so das Ganze ein bisschen rekapitulieren lasse, sind meine Highlights ganz klar gewesen. Also von den Bands, die ich sehen konnte, ne, ganz weit oben natürlich Hexenzirkel, die ich mir live immer wieder gerne anschaue. Ne, das hat bei mir ganz wunderbar gepasst, bei dir ja eher weniger.
Leider nicht,
Ähm,
nee.
ja, dann natürlich Theotoxin, auch einfach Live-Granaten und
Mhm.
Halfers, um natürlich auch Halfers noch zu nennen, die mich live jedes Mal überzeugen, wenn ich sie sehe. Dann aber natürlich auch Bands, die vielleicht nicht ganz so bekannt auch im Vorfeld waren, ne? Wie zum Beispiel Malakim aus Schweden, von denen ich mir jetzt letztens noch das Live-Tape besorgt habe, aber die mir auch, wo ich mir dann im Anschluss ans Festival direkt Demo 1, 2 und das Album Lion besorgen musste, weil es mich einfach so umgehauen hat, ne? Also, und das war dann natürlich schon mal wieder so ein Punkt, wo man dann für sich selber und seinen Geldbeutel sagt, gut, ja, da gebe ich
Ja,
dann mal gerne auch das Geld aus. Also das natürlich. Und dann, klar, DNS, so als großer Headliner zum Abschluss, aber auch Nagelfar, die mich sehr überzeugt hatten.
ja, auf jeden Fall. Ja, wirklich. Also das war ein ganz, ganz starkes Line-up, was da schon aufgefahren wurde. Vor allen Dingen auch mit einigen Bands, die, die davon auch wirklich gezeugt haben, dass die ja, so ein Händchen für den Underground haben. Ne? Also es waren ja wirklich ein paar Bands, die da ausgegraben worden sind, ja, die wirklich exklusiv bei dem Event gespielt haben. Ich glaube, Malakim haben jetzt bisher auch noch nicht so oft in Deutschland gespielt.
Ich glaube,
Ne?
die hatten sogar vor dem Event, lass mich nicht lügen, ich habe keine Ahnung genau. Ich meine, die hatten tatsächlich vor dem Event ein oder zwei Konzerte erst gegeben.
Okay.
Also das war wirklich, also ich glaube, in Deutschland war es auf jeden Fall die Premiere, aber ich
Mhm.
meine, die hatten auch in Schweden gerade irgendwie einmal oder zweimal gespielt erst.
Mhm.
Und das war natürlich schon was Besonderes, ne?
Ja.
Aber auch Bewitched, ja, die
Ja,
dann auch
Bewitched.
nach
Mhm.
Jahren mal wieder gespielt haben. Auch einfach geil, ne? Also einfach klasse
Ja,
Musiker, die ja auch
voll.
sich so ein bisschen aus Malakim und Nagelfar zusammensetzen
Mhm.
irgendwie. Das ist schon sehr stark
Ja.
gewesen.
Und zwar 2023 haben die da gespielt, war so ein Exklusiv-Gig und haben dann erst 2024 ja dann auch auf ein paar größeren Festivals gespielt. Wir
Mhm.
hatten sie beim Partisan gesehen, zum Beispiel, Teil unseres Teams. Aber davor wirklich nur da. Ne?
Ja.
Und ja, ich erinnere mich auch noch daran, wie ich da, wie gesagt, wir hatten ja so ein bisschen Auto-Duties und so. Und ich kam dann aufs Gelände zum Beginn von der Show von Theotoxin. Das war wundervoll, da auf das Gelände drauf zu laufen und dann zu dieser Theotoxin-Show zu kommen. Location war halt auch ganz cool, aber ja, dadurch, dass das so ein bisschen, ne, das war ja dieser alte Steinbruch und so, ne? Die neue Location, da werden uns, ja, da haben Lior und Lukas uns das Ganze auch sehr schmackhaft gemacht und kann man auch bereits ergoogeln, wo sich das Ganze denn befindet. Ähm, die alte Location hatte halt so diesen Charme, weil das wie so eine kleine Mulde war, so eine kleine Zuflucht. Ne? Man ging dann so
Mhm.
runter in diesen Steinbruch rein. Das war schon ganz cool. Andererseits eignet sich die neue Location auch wesentlich besser fürs Camping. Ne? Da werden wir gleich auch noch ein bisschen mehr drüber hören. Ja,
Ja.
genau. Ähm, was waren denn noch so Highlights für dich von dem Event von 2023?
Naja,
Blenden ja
also,
so mal ein bisschen ein paar Live-Eindrücke mal noch mal so ein und wir haben ja so ein Recap-Video gemacht für die
mhm.
Leute, die das noch nicht gesehen haben. Das gibt natürlich jetzt noch nicht so viel für das neue Event, aber trotzdem kann man sich ein Bild davon machen, wie der Hole in the Sun Coven das aufgezogen hat.
Naja, du kannst ja die Produktion, siehst du ja schon so ein bisschen. Ich meine, wir haben ja auch so ein paar Live-Videos veröffentlicht. Und ich glaube, da kommt dann auch ganz gut bei rum, dass die Qualität auch vom Sound her einfach gegeben, also die war einfach grandios, ja. Der Sound war einfach wirklich stark für die Location, die natürlich jetzt nicht so unbedingt einfach zu bespielen ist. Ne? Ähm, fand ich kam richtig gut, ne? Aber insgesamt natürlich so die ganze Orga drumrum, ne? Um das also um die Bühnenshows herum war die Orga natürlich, fand ich die auch ganz fantastisch. Es war
Absolut.
super gelöst. Ganz viele tolle Helfer dabei gehabt, die das Team um Lior und Lukas und Alex super stark unterstützt haben, wo man wirklich gemerkt hat, da steckt halt Herzblut drin. Das
Mhm.
ist nicht irgendwie so ein Cash Grab. Man möchte da möglichst viele Leute hinlocken, damit ne, man möglichst viel Bier trinkt, sondern dass das wirklich ja, da ist Hand und Fuß hinter der ganzen Idee auch von Hole in the Sun. Und von
Absolut.
daher bin ich da halt einfach sehr überzeugt von, ne? Und
Ja,
deshalb freue ich mich halt auch schon auf dieses Jahr. Das wird richtig stark. Ne?
absolut. Ähm, für diejenigen, die sich jetzt fragen, wie wir das Ganze aufziehen, es wird in dieser Episode zuerst ein wenig um Orga gehen, um das Allgemeine. Was haben die Fans zu erwarten? Wir werden in einer zweiten Podcast-Episode, in einem zweiten Interviewteil auch noch näher auf den Kern des Events eingehen, auf das Programm, auf die Bands. In dieser Episode geht es ein bisschen um die Orga-Fragen, die wir an die beiden gerichtet haben, zur Organisation, zum Drumherum, zum Location-Wechsel. Na, das ist erstmal der Fokus von diesem Gespräch gewesen. Und ja, in der nächsten Episode wird es dann auch nochmal mehr um die Bands gehen und um das Programm. Darunter auch unter anderem Archgoat als mit einer der Headliner des Events. Ähm, ja, weiß nicht, was wollen wir noch sagen? Wollen wir direkt in das Interview starten?
Ich würde sagen, wir spannen die Leute jetzt nicht weiter auf die Folter und starten mal direkt rein, ja. Without further ado, sag ich mal.
Without further ado, genau. Alles klar. Dann folgt hier nun das Interview mit Lior und Lukas von Holland Suncoven, Part 1. Warm and heartfelt welcome to these two minds behind the Hole in the Sun Coven. Let me introduce to you Lior and Lukas. Hello. How are you
Hello,
two?
guys.
Hello, hello, greetings and cheers.
Cheers. Yeah. Let's do this at first. Cheers to you guys, L'chaim.
Tschüss.
L'chaim.
So, today we are speaking about the upcoming 2025 edition of the Hole in the Sun Festival, a well-known event which took place last time in 2023, and sadly there was no 2024 edition. We will talk about that later. But at first, introduce to us, who are you guys? Lior,
Yeah,
Okay.
Leo, go ahead.
go ahead.
Hi, my name is Lior, and I am the founder of Hole in the Sun Festival, alongside with Lukas, my very, very good friend and partner in crime. Yeah, we established Hole in the Sun for the first time with two other people who are no longer part of the team. And we did small club shows in Kassel in K19. We started with small to medium bands, and our dream was always an open air festival where we can present more bands, because it's always problematic in a club show scenery to have a lot of bands unless you have the appropriate venue for that. And ever since Lucas and Alex have joined, that was our goal, and we fixed on that. And then came the shit, 2020, and took all of our plans away. But it also gave us time to prepare, and we prepared a lot for the edition of 2023. And yeah, and here we are now planning 2025, our most
Let's call it ambitious.
ambitious lineup so far. Yes, we are extremely proud of it. Yes, Lucas. It was so far it was an excellent team effort, as it usually is. But I digress. I was supposed to introduce myself only, so without further ado, Lucas.
Yeah, I'm Lukas. Hi. Leo's partner in crime, as he put it. I joined Hole in the Sun, I think, in 2018, having played in several bands over the years and wanted to do something for the scene other than being on stage. And yeah, now we are planning our second edition of our Hole in the Sun festival. Yeah, I live near the place where the next festival edition will take place, so I will have to have something to say about our new location later on. I'm making a lot of music on other than Hole in the Sun and playing in several bands, and yeah, that's kind of what I do.
Yes, so he's always been active in this scene, but from a different point of view. Yes, Lucas joined Hole in the Sun 2019, right? Yeah, and that was the first and last time that we hosted a tour. It was Dod Heimsgard and Bulzer.
Exactly,
no?
yeah.
Yeah, and we did it at a small club in Kassel called Goldgrube. That's it, you know. From there, it was history.
Yeah, it was a fun show, but I think it was around about that time that we decided to focus more on bigger endeavors in the future and go from like small local shows to something bigger than like a festival. Because
Yeah.
it's not that easy doing black metal shows regularly the way we like to do it. And if you don't have like the right location and the right amount of attendance, I guess plays also into that a little bit. So we went for a festival, and we up until now are really happy we made that decision.
So you guys mentioned that 2023 was the first edition of Hole in the Sun Festival. Can you give us a little recap? What went good? What was bad? What did you learn out of that experience to host a bigger event like that?
Yeah, where to start?
In my opinion, we learned a lot because the way I also live life is I take every day as a lesson as well. And I think we excelled on many things, and I'm extremely proud of the achievements that we had as a team, and in our ability to solve problems on the go and really under the surface do it, and it starts and ends with the people you surround yourself with. And some people really deserve the trust, some people abuse it, and I guess that's the only thing that we learned. I think that we learned more to listen to ourselves, you know, rather than being always skeptic and unsure. We learned to follow that part. I personally learned to be less trusting in others, but that's something else. But you know, again, it's a lesson for life. I think we excelled a lot in our hospitality and in our ability to give a certain platform for the artist to feel comfortable and get what she or he needs, both in the hospitality aspects and the technical aspects as well. As well to provide an excellent environment for the audience, which is extremely important. In the end, it's about the audience and the band, and we provide that rendezvous, you know. So that is important. I think we excelled there. With the previous location, we faced a lot of bureaucracy, like proper top-notch German bureaucracy. It was really horrible, but we learned from that as well.
Yeah, of course, definitely. That was also like one of the big points where we, I think, really earned a lot of experience for future endeavors.
Well, to my knowledge, there has not been a metal festival, it's black metal festival, especially in the area of Kassel, which took place on 2 days, like with camping and stuff like that. To my knowledge, it was the first edition, the first event like this in Kassel, in the area of Kassel. And yes. You mentioned you had some bigger issues with the city council. And
yeah, to be clear, Yeah, it wasn't the city council of Kassel, and all in all, like everybody just did their job, and I don't think we're here like we are not about complaining about the obstacles that came in our way. Let's just say it's not that easy organizing a festival, especially for a first time with a small group of people, which haven't really done festivals on their own up until that point, with loads of experience in other fields, but not with this like special, like doing like an open air festival just by ourselves. That was something new, and I think in the end we managed through all the obstacles that came in our way, be it the bureaucracy or whatever. Like even like during the festival, there's always issues coming up you have to solve at some point, and we did, and we had a plan, we solved the issues, and in the end I think we had a really good time, all of us.
Yes, I think it was a really profound experience and very emotional as well, because we went like through a very long journey to get there, and we always faced problems that were solved, but even I think even 2 weeks before the festival something else came, but I don't think there is any production that can go smooth. There are always problems, and I see it as a visitor in other productions as well. When I come on a different capacity with bands, I see festival organizers and promoters always trying to fix things on the go, and it's just how it is, I know it's only rock and roll, but I like it. That's the.
And let's really say, I mean, obviously there are issues you have to face before, during, and maybe also after the festival, but it all went smoothly. Not unexpected, yes. But we really poured like everything we had, all the energy and all our intellect or whatever you want to call it, into it. And in the end, we think it was really successful. Like not like greenwashing anything, just saying it as it is. It really was successful in every aspect.
I want to talk about that word success. I don't measure success with money. This production has, if you look at it financially, it was really bad. We lost a lot of money. Several reasons, I believe. One of the main reasons was the dates just clashed with 2 more festivals of the same kind, and I believe if we wouldn't have done that, we would have been fine. But success for us is that we had goals that we reached and achieved, and the compliments that we received from each and everyone who came to the festival. Sure, you can't please everyone, but I would say 98% of the people who were there swore that they will come back because they had so much fun. We got a lot of compliments about the organization, about maintaining schedule, sound, light, which is, I believe that's the selling point of a festival. That's what you should provide as a festival, as well as the lineup, which was diverse. I don't think it was mostly black metal, but here and there we sinned with death metal as well. But yeah, I think as an experience it was great, and for me it was extremely successful, because it would have been nice to get the investment back, But if I would have done a mainstream event, I would probably make money, but that's not something I would like to do. No, there's Lukas, I guess, right?
Sorry?
No, would you?
No, I think our goals even like haven't changed for the next edition. I think we are still on the same path and try to like even go further, especially with the lineup. I don't want to get too deep into this because that's like a whole different topic, I think, because there's a lot of thoughts that went into the lineup and the curation, and we had quite some bands to choose off. I guess, and some bands who offered and some who we approached. And yeah, that's a whole nother topic, and really at the core of the 2025, this year's edition. Now it is this year's, time's running.
Let's for a second speak about like the basic dates. Like we are now speaking about the 2025 edition, which will take place in the last weekend of June, right? So you moved the date like 2 weeks back to have it not collide with other events.
Yeah,
which
basically.
take place. Yeah, and also the new location you were mentioning, it will not take place in in the north, to the north of Kassel anymore, but the new location will be in Rauschenberg, which
Exactly. And also, yeah,
you
okay.
which you may introduce to the people who are not familiar with the region.
Yeah, Rauschenberg is a small town near Marburg, like 15, 20 minutes by car. And we stumbled upon the location by accident, basically, because some friends of mine actually did like another small festival there last year in September. And so we found the location, and after quite some thorough search all over the north of Hesse, it looked like the perfect place for next year's edition, and that's where we are now. It's like a barbecue place, I guess you would say in English, with a barbecue hut and some like smaller buildings, but most important, like a huge open area, not too open though, a little close, like a little off from the city. And we think it's the perfect location. Like we went there several times to really make sure this is the place we want to make, like produce the next edition at, and really made sure like it has everything we needed. Several times we went there with the whole crew coming from all parts of Germany and even from Switzerland, and then gave it a thorough look. And now we're excited to see the place in action, which was also like for me personally the most profound experience the first time around when we did the festival north to where we're doing it now, near Kassel and Espenau. Seeing everything come together. Yeah, like I don't want to go too much off topic, but this was really something which really left an impact on me. Like seeing it all come to life, like seeing like on the first festival day, seeing the people there, seeing the stage, everything is lit up, everything is nice, everything looks like even better than you imagined it, and then the music starts and everybody's having a great time, and you're not that having a great time for long because there's so many issues you need to solve during the festival, but you get what I'm saying. Like that was really great, and I can't wait to see the new place in action. I think it will be like even better than last time.
The thing is, when we are speaking about the 2023 edition, it was basically in this small quarry. I think it's the correct term in English. And
In the past, it was a quarry.
It was a quarry, yeah. And so it was in the past a quarry. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That's what you mean. Okay. And the new location is you mentioned it is a barbecue place. There will be an open space for people to build up the tents, like the camps and
exactly.
Stuff like
Okay.
that.
So yeah, it's like this. Like the last time, for the people watching who have visited our last edition, it will be kind of similar to last time. Not necessarily the place where the campground will be. Now you will have the opportunity to camp at your car, which wasn't possible last time. Last time it was really cozy and nice in between trees. You had shade all morning long. This is a thing of the past. Now there's open fields like next to the location with lots of space, which we are positive that will enhance the camping experience, because you can just go there with your car, just leave everything where it is. You don't have to pack your stuff and travel like overland or anything. And just go there, and
huge bonus,
like you know it from every other big festival, basically. Like it's the festival experience, and it's really, really nice. On top of the city, you have a nice view from up there. That was something we got complimented on for the first edition, and I think the countryside again is really like an eye opener. It's really, really beautiful out there.
Yeah, I think we liked it because of the shape that it's built, the surroundings, of course. Everything there felt like we are supposed to do it there by some divine intervention, you know, or we had that vibe. It's a certain vibe when you get to a place and you go like, we do it here. And we've seen a lot of locations. It took us quite some time to find one. And because we've been scouring all of North Hessia, searching fields, grill huts, even event halls. And eventually we saw this one and it worked. It worked for us and we said, okay, that's where we do it. And that's it.
When you were speaking about all the people who are like organizing, you speak about the Hole in the Sun Coven, like your inner circle, of course, which is about how many people? How many people are we talking about?
I would say that the core, we are 3 people and we build it around that. And the core has always been and always will be myself, Alex, who is not here, and Lukas. And sometimes we had members, sometimes members leave, sometimes we leave members. But because this thing has to work, and if it doesn't work, then we make changes. It's how it is. Our latest edition from last year actually is Sam. Not sure if you had the pleasure of meeting that lovely man who really impressed us with his ambition and everything. And
he came to work and work he did.
Oh yes.
Not only that, but yeah.
Yes, he really left no prisoners behind. He really did an amazing job as a volunteer, and it was like, and it's exactly the thing that we wanted: someone who shares our excitement and passion for this festival. Yeah.
Speaking of volunteers, do you guys need some more volunteers to set up the festival? I imagine you probably do, because as you said, the inner circle is like 3 people. So do you have a kind of forum or something like that where people can sign up to try and help you organize the festival? And we would, of course, link it in the video description after that.
We do. We will rely on a lot of volunteers from last year, which have already made it clear that they will come and support and help with what we need. We will obviously share a form for the public if they want to join, where they can fill their details and explain at which positions they want to help, and we will obviously get back to them and try to fit them in. I think a festival rises and falls with its supporters. It's just how it is. I haven't seen any festival that functions on its own or with because you always need help from people to make something happen, and they are the true backbone of any festival. Because Lukas and I can share an amazing vision, and we can do the paperwork, and we can book the bands, and we can book the sound equipment and the lights and the security company. But the people who make it run, who make this thing possible, it's not only the people who pay the ticket, it's the people who come and support from their own free time and come and work hard in the sun and really drink hard later, which is an amazingly difficult job. And,
especially when you're driving the bands.
Oh, especially when you're driving the bands, and then you come to someone's home and you vomit all over his toilet, and those kind of things really
who might have done that?
Really impresses me and
don't
it
want
gives
to
me the
embarrass
strength
anyone,
to carry on.
Who might have that been?
So cheers for that. Yes.
Yeah,
That
of
was the
course.
one who worked hardest.
We have to
It's a bass
let
player, you know.
for all the visitors, of course. Many people from Undergrounded as well were there to help, and we might be a little bit biased, of course, doing a review on the festival, speaking about the festival, because Sebi and I will definitely be also there to help again. So
We really appreciate it.
our view might be a bit biased here, of course, but still, you rely on so many people, so many hardworking people who take over like basic logistics, like doing groceries, doing helping out at the bar, helping out at the merch table, helping out carrying and getting bands from one place to another. Of course,
Sending people to the right parking spots.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
there's a
one
lot
of the
of
worst
stuff. Yeah,
worst jobs
of
probably,
course.
but it has to be done. So
yeah.
you're
I think
standing outside in the sun.
So much
There
stuff
are no
that
worse jobs. There are only worse people.
yeah.
what I really feel is like
So-
the most important thing about the whole like helping experience is what I really felt it all came together in the last edition. Like all the people who volunteered, most of them we didn't know at the time, and we got to know them, and they will be around for a second time, I guess, because it just felt right. I felt like the way we worked together, not like the core Hole in the Sun team, everybody really put in a great job, spent a lot of time and effort to make this work. Yeah.
I agree. Yes, I think I've gotten to know a lot of the people who came and supported that I that didn't even see before, and we became friends, you know. And I don't know if you know me, but it's hard for me to become friends with someone because I don't like people, but in general. But it was such an experience that created such a deep bond, you know, even with you people. I mean, because before that I tolerated you, now I really love you, so that means a lot. And
that definitely
is
means a lot.
it's immense. We should really cherish
Progress.
that. Yes.
Yeah. That's really
Nice.
the progress we wanted. Yeah.
That's
Speaking
the
about
program.
speaking about the place, where you mentioned like there's another place now. Also, we added a whole festival day. Like last time we did Friday, Saturday. This year's edition, 2025, will be running from Thursday to Saturday, starting in the evening on Thursday, and then until the early morning hours of Sunday. Yeah.
So there will be also live acts already on stage on Thursday. That's a
Yes.
big, an important
Yes.
thing to know for people
Exactly.
like
So-
weighing if they will buy a ticket or not. Yeah.
Yeah, so on Thursday we will start with 4 bands because we know that people work, you know, we know how it is. But so we start a bit later. We will start round about at 8 with the first band. So you know, we give people time to organize their stuff, and we see it as a pre-party, but it's you know, it will be a festival day
Yeah.
for us. So. Yeah,
It will be like a nice enhancement, and it will be also like a special set of bands for that evening.
So it
Yeah.
won't be just like a small warm up thing.
No,
It will-
I don't see it like it. Like
Okay.
you could say it's. I mean, maybe there's a reason to say it's a warm up. I don't see it as a warm up at all. It will be a full feasible festival night, and let's see.
Come on, do we really need a warm up these days? You know, like we just want to come and see bands, you know, and drink
Yeah, of
and have
course.
fun and play some planks of wood in the fire pit and just enjoy and celebrate this moment, you know. And yep,
It's gonna be great, and
it will.
3 nights will be so much more fulfilling than just the 2 nights of Friday Saturday festival.
Yeah, I figure that is a very fulfilling event then. Do you already have an idea about when you will be releasing at least like which band and which program point will be and what date? Do you already have an idea about when you will be able to post information about that?
I
Yes,
mean, it will be,
we will
yeah.
post the information when time fits.
When time fits. Okay.
We have already planned it all out. Everything is planned, but things always change last minute. So we would like to postpone any announcements such as this. I'm guessing up until a month or two before the event, but the lineup is there, and you shouldn't look at it as an experience for every day. You should look at it as a whole experience for all those days. We get a lot of messages. Why can't we get a day ticket? And we don't sell day tickets. If someone wants to come for a day, he can do it at the box office because we just can't. We can't guarantee right now which bands will play on which day. It just can't happen. So you need to support and buy a festival for all 3 days. Enjoy, relax. That's it.
Yeah, okay. We already spoke about what issues you face 2023. What will be the, in your opinion, what will be the major changes? Like apart from the location, of course, and apart from having 3 days of live music this time, what will be? Is there another
Yeah,
major change?
I guess correct me if I'm wrong, Lior, but I think all the major changes basically happened up until now because we started earlier with the planning. We went like not to get too into too much of the details, but we went into contact with some of the firms who are providing services a little earlier, in a different way, approached like the right people. We now know that we have to approach them at the right time with the right to get the right offer for all this stuff for stage and everything. Yeah, we just made our lives easier and approached it a little ahead of time this time around. Is there anything else, like any major
for me
change?
personally, I don't see any difference. I think it will be because we all share the workload. I think we just learned how to delegate the tasks and how to be more efficient. But because I always plan it the same, structure-wise. That's what we do, and I think we do have a good formula of working together.
Worked out the first time around. Why change anything? Yeah.
Yeah, as they say in your country, why change a running system?
German humor, yeah. That's a whole nother topic, I guess.
Yes. Yeah, I do believe for me it will be exactly the same, only a different landscape, and different experience. But I will say this, comparing to last year's, to the previous editions, sorry, when many of the bands that played were very good friends of mine up to a point of family, and it felt like a family vibe throughout the entire event, from bands to volunteers and the visitors. It felt like, it felt very close to home, and I really hope that this year it will be the same, because this kind of feeling you just can't put a price tag on it.
Has to feel right, like for us as a team, but also for the visitors and also for the bands, which is something we stressed like from the beginning when I joined Home in the Sun. That was always like I felt the main selling point for bands to come and play for us, like on with shows on us, for shows that we do, that we really take care of the bands in any way needed. And yeah, it's a lot of respect. Like coming off from our own experiences, playing like in bands ourselves, yeah, or working with bands closely for years. That's has always been really important.
Well,
Yeah, anything
since,
else to add? Yeah.
Yep.
well, since we Toby and I actually visited some shows you guys did before the festival, we always had the impression that you approached the whole topic with a sense of professionalism that you don't always see in small club shows. So that was
you.
also my main takeaway from the big festival, that it was really professionally organized for such a actually quite small event if you're taking the big festivals in mind. Yeah.
And quite
So,
young event, of course.
and
Yeah.
a quite young event. Yeah. So that was actually one of my big takeaways, that it's really professionally organized. Yeah.
So that right there is the biggest compliment that we can hope for, and thank you very much. And I do mean it from the bottom of my heart. And that's exactly what I said before when we were talking about success. That was one of the goals, to do things in the utmost professional manner there is. And I must say, as live music business personnel, those things are extremely important for me. And I always, when I travel with bands to festivals, or when I'm on tour with bands and we get to festivals and events, I always try to learn. I always try to see what I can learn from this and what I can change from that. And I bring all of that to Hall in the Sun, and we try to fix it. Which I must say, there are many professional festivals out there, and too many unprofessional festivals out there as well. But they don't do it because they don't care. They just do it because the lack of understanding. I don't think it's coming from a malicious point, or let's fuck those bands. No, I don't think it's like that. I just think people don't care enough, and I really hope that those people also will attend to our festival, and will uphold the same standards as we do in their productions, because those things matter. It matters to the bands, it matters to the audience. Yeah. In the end, when someone pays 120 euro or whatever for a ticket, he expects good quality in return. 120 euro is a lot of money. I'm sorry, it's really hard to earn 120 euro nowadays, unless you are at some top tier position that can do it in 1 hour. So that money should be well spent, and we always try to give our best in that aspect. So we provide top-notch sound and light and hospitality. Yeah, those are the things that we pride ourselves.
Yeah, it all comes together
definitely,
in
yeah.
what we it comes together in as dumb as it sounds, and in the experience. Like when we think about the festival, we are thinking like in not only technical terms. We also want the experience for the people attending, which is the bands and the audience and ourselves in the end, to be as magic as possible.
We really have to stress out that to all the listeners who have not been to the 2023 edition, for example, we really have to stress out that this festival is made by a whole bunch of people who not only bring the expertise, who not only are musicians themselves or are part of the scene, like somehow, not only as visitors and visitors of concerts, but also like from the technical point of view. This festival is made by people who think way more ahead of in comparison to other events. I guess it's my impression of that, and if you want the whole package, like not only a program like on the stage that suits you, like but also having the right atmosphere, like having people who put much thought and effort in it, and also do provide an atmosphere like apart from what is going on stage, then this is festival definitely is something for you. And speaking of that, for the last year, for the last edition, we did not only have live music on stage, which was well thought of, like the whole program, but we had some other points in the program as well, like the tattoo parlors you had, for example. Maybe you can tell us a bit more about that and about your thoughts on the program apart from what is going on stage for the 2025 edition.
Yes, I think black metal goes a little bit more beyond the bands themselves. I think it's a sub culture that also has a lot of art and value in it, added value. And I'm guessing tattoos is a big part of it as well. And it was important for us to present that part just as much as the bands on stage. So we offered our very good friends from Morbid Impalement from Umeå, Sweden, to join us together with Schmerzfabrik to have a collaboration, and so those two studios can host their art there as well. As well, we had a very good friend who presented her art in our festival that year. Her name was Enisa, and sadly she passed away last year suddenly. And hopefully this year we will find a good substitute replacement. Well, I know you can't really substitute a person, but but we want to continue with that tradition of also giving art a very open platform there as well. That's important. And this year we might just have Morbid Impalement and Schmerzfabrik back. Who knows? Maybe.
So I just recently spoke to a person who told me that he was under the impression that since there was no 2024 edition of Hole in the Sun, he deemed you guys would not dare to make another event.
How dare he?
How dare he?
Who is that bastard? Bring him before me right now.
But
And
there
I
was no
shall deal
edition
with him.
but there was no edition in 2024. So
Yes.
I guess the obvious reasons, time and effort.
Time and effort are not the only factors in it.
The time in a way like was at the base of it, yeah.
2024 presented a lot of challenges for me personally as well. Many of you don't know, but I'm Israeli, and the attacks of October 7th, 2023, have really affected me and some past members of the team as well. And I said, okay, like we can't force it. We can't force this festival. If I can't fully focus on the production, it makes no sense, because if we will force it, we will fall into mistakes that we can't fix. And I think it was the smarter decision. And we all needed that time to sit back, analyze the situation again, analyze the good points and the bad points, learn from the mistakes that we've made, and apply it for the next festival edition. And so we did. So we decided that this year, 2024, will not happen, but we did took the time to invest into learning the production more in depth, booking the bands, really preparing everything, finding a suitable location as well, which was also not an easy task. So overall, having that year off was great. If we will do this festival on a yearly basis, I don't know. Annually, I think we should, but a festival is extremely demanding. It's time consuming. It's a dark, bottomless pit of money that, and having the passion isn't enough. You need to find the time, and we all have our daily jobs, and I hope that we can do it again.
We're
But let's
definitely
see.
planning on doing it. Like, but it all has to be right.
Exactly.
And it wasn't 424.
Exactly. And if it's not right, we simply don't do it. I don't believe in forcing a production just for the sake of it. I think everyone should be on point and on board, and to share the same vision and to share the same vibe. And if it doesn't work, then it doesn't work. And we will do it later. But there will always be a hole in the sun. So
Cheers to that. If someone asked you, what sets apart Hole in the Sun, the festival, you mentioned already some points that set yourself apart from other festivals. But do you want to add on that? Do you want to add on that thought? Like, what sets you apart?
yes,
In comparison to
Yeah,
other
this is something which really is very important to us, and something we have given much thought. But Lior, go ahead.
I don't want to sound condescending, but I do believe that we offer such a wide range of bands and good bands, because it took us quite the time to finish the curation of the lineup and the presentation of it and the vibe and the spirit that we bring to the festival. Something that not a lot of festivals, at least underground metal festivals, do. Sometimes you see that they just do it, with some really unfamiliar names alongside huge names, and you see there is no concept there. And the concept was always number one for us. It was the most important thing, and the quality of the bands. I will save some information for the next chapter, but as far as bands go, we always aimed for interesting bands who share our philosophy as well, whether it will be spiritually, musically, or no, or something that we think that will be an excellent addition. And we want to give the stage for those bands. And most of those bands don't really play much live. And it was important for us to also catch them and bring that opportunity to people, to the audience, and share our enthusiasm for those bands with the world. So, and I think that sets aside with other festivals who, will find some bands and mishmash and put it in a ball and stick it down your throat. And I just don't like that approach. I think every festival of every genre should have a concept, and festivals like that don't really exist much lately, which is also a good thing, because then we can shine through. That's no, I mean, I do think that those things really play in our favor. So, we have known each other undergrounded and Hole in the Sun from day one, and I think that you've also seen the effort that we put into those topics and how important it is for us, and And if we can't reach that concept, for us there is no festival. We will not put bands just to attract people. We don't do that. We want to have a clear concept and focus more on the art than on the numbers. More quality than quantity. I can throw more cliches in the air, but I think
it's easy to
that will do.
It's easy to stay in cliches, but in the end, it's what we already talked about, or what we already said several times. It's our vision, and we hope it finds fertile ground with the audience. In the end, that's what we are bringing to the table, and I think we are bringing something different in the way we approach not only bands, but also we approach everything from catering to the whole festival experience, as I said. Which is being vague when I put it this way, but in the end, that's it. And I think you can really feel it when you visited our shows, or even the last edition of the festival.
Yeah, we will talk more in detail about the bands and the concept behind and the curation of the lineup in a future episode. So stay tuned for that.
We will. Sebi and I were speaking.
I will.
When we were speaking about today, Sebi and I were sharing some thoughts on what was special to us as visitors and helpers for the most part. And one thing that came to my mind is when to give the listeners a glimpse of how fulfilling and how ambitious and how heartfelt you guys were in curating the event. I remember that after the last band finished, I think it was Dark and Nocturne Slaughter Cult in 2023.
It was.
Lior came to me and to us and just let out a cry of fulfillment and just saying, we did it, we did a festival. And this was one memory I had from the last event. It was just so beautiful and so nice to see. Do you also have what was to you, Sebi? What was your most special memory from 2023?
It might be my own exhaustion after I got.
We all shared that.
Home. After I got home, I think wasn't it on Monday? Some day late in the afternoon, we dropped the bands off, put the vans back, drove home, and I went into the shower, fell on the couch, and that was it. And I was so relieved that everything went smoothly and nobody fucked up really badly, and nobody got hurt in any way, shape, or form really bad.
Only my toilet.
Yeah. Well, yeah, your foot.
Only my toilet got damaged a bit, but it's okay.
Yeah, it wasn't me. Yeah, but that was probably the thing that stayed with me the most, was this kind of exhaustion that is also exhilarating. Yeah, you know you're dead tired, a week, dead tired, or every day, but you just keep on going because it's so much fun, and you get so much back. And when you stand in front of the stage, and you just know, I am a part of this, and this production runs smooth because I am doing something for it. It's most of the time it's better than just standing there and drinking your beer. So that was one of the best memories I have of this weekend, or more than a weekend.
I think as a regular visitor, sorry, go ahead.
I really share your exact view as well, and my day always started at 6 a.m. and ended at 5. I think I slept that weekend a total of 6 hours. My feet at the end of every day were this big. I couldn't walk physically. I don't know if you remember, because I was constantly on. But it was amazing. It was amazing, and every day was special. The entire experience was special because we really we saw our dream taking shape and fibers and becoming a being. When the first people walked through the door, and when the first band started, it was immense. It was really like, wow, we are doing
It
something.
was all worth it, like all day. Like it took a toll on all of us, but obviously,
but as the final song of Dark and Nocturne Slaughter Cult played,
I remember that moment so well.
Lukas came to me and gave me a hug, and it was very emotional, and something sparked in me, like he opened my heart somehow, and I also exploded. And it was really amazing to see what a group of dedicated people can bring to life. And
it all came to, for us. It all came to that moment, like having the last band play, everything going great, and no fuck ups, like no major fuck ups that anyone would have noticed. So it was really a moment of relief. Yeah. 2 hours later, I was in the hospital.
So here is a scoop. Here is a scoop for you, gentlemen, listeners. Tell us what happened, Lukas.
I was really busy behind the scenes, like Lior put it, like going from early in the morning until early in the morning, basically for a week in the end, like 5, 6, 7 nights, basically without sleep. And it worked out, but it also took a toll. Like I had like an infected leg, like by some tick bite, and I couldn't get it fixed in time because there was just no time, and I didn't feel like there was the opportunity for me to get it checked at the time, and I really had the how you put it, like I really felt the need to stay where I am and to fulfill the role I have chosen for myself, and I did. But also, like after the last band, my buddy was saying that that's it for now. So I got fixed during the night and came back on, I think on Monday, sometime during the day.
You missed one hell of an after party, I must say.
Yeah, but to be honest, at the time it didn't feel like feel too bad for me, because the only thing I was focused on all week and also the months before was just getting this festival through. And that for me, that was my really, it felt like a really personal goal. Just get it through. Let everything like go smoothly, and then you can rest. And that's like part of my experience, and I think we all share that sentiment also.
Another example of the dedication of the Hole in the Sun Coven. So
yeah, well, thank you. But next time I will. I want to be part of the after party.
He sacrificed his leg and fought the tick bite.
So it would have been way cooler if you now could present having a lost leg.
Yeah, maybe next year. I do my best.
Nice. Yeah.
No,
so you mentioned after show parties. I think I assume the same will be planned for the 2025 edition as well, like having music at the venue, like after the bands, and I really encourage people attending the after show parties of the Hole in the Sun Coven. It is always a pleasure. You already mentioned
even better this time, because then you don't have to sleep at my place.
Yeah.
And there will be so many toilets available for you to destroy, which will be amazing. And it's all rentals.
You really want to stress out that, yeah? Right? You do really wanted to place it in here like 3 to 4 times.
I didn't. I don't know what you're talking about.
Just came up.
Yeah.
Nice.
I think it felt naturally.
I just give you the option, and I stress out the fact that there will be rental toilets available.
Nice. This is a very good
yes,
thing. Yeah, it's a good thing for the visitors as well to know that there will be toilets.
Which will be taken care of and emptied and cleaned.
Yes.
Every day.
So
what about the like showers?
Last edition was something quite interesting. At the last edition, because it was our first festival ever. We didn't took into account the amount of shit people can produce in one day, and and 2 or 3 toilets have been filled up on day one, and needless to say, it was a very hot day, and
We took
but,
care of it in the end.
yeah,
But,
yeah,
it was quite a ride. Few hours
yeah.
of
the
unnerving
Lucas
phone
just,
calls.
Lucas just took a shovel and started. No, but we
I would have done it if it
we
would have been
fixed it on
necessary.
the
I would have
go.
done it.
I know, but yeah, there were a lot of things that were underneath the surface that I'm really proud of. For other people, yeah, they got a company to take the toilets away and replace them. They think it's so simple. That was an extreme challenge because we didn't see it coming, and the company was not supposed to work the day, and to get someone to take the toilets out and bring in something else was crazy. We needed to make so many phone calls to different companies as well.
And we did it in the end. We did it by ourselves. I still remember, like, Sam and I getting new toilets and placing them on the festival ground. But again, like, it worked out, and that was all that matters in that moment. Just get it done, and nobody basically noticed. Like, few people coming up, are you gonna do something about the toilet situation? We did. Nobody could complain. So
yes.
So if you take into account the visitors who come to the festival, what can they expect? They can expect a major advantage. They can finally they can camp beside their car. You already mentioned that. So there will be showers. There will be food.
there won't be any showers.
There will not
No
be
showers.
showers.
No showers. That's
We don't
impossible
offer
to
showers.
yeah. It's too hard to provide.
So
I get that.
we are a small festival production, and we focus on bringing you top-notch artists and create a proximity effect between the artist and the audience. Those things cost money, immense amount of money. It makes no sense to start and list it, but showers was one thing that we could not provide. We wanted to, but since many people also stay in hotels and hostels and such around, it just made no sense. And if someone really wants a shower, there are so many places in Rauschenberg that you can rent only to shower at. We can provide it. Also, in terms of space, we would like to give that space more for parking than for showers. That said, I know it's 2.5 days or even 3 days of festival. Sometimes it sucks without shower, but you can always find a shower nearby if your hygiene is so important.
And not only that, we will provide like a place where you can like at least get like running water and everything you need to like refresh yourselves. Definitely, but like we couldn't provide showers for this year. Yeah.
I think sometimes you, as a regular visitor, you forget how expensive stuff, like basic stuff, like showers are. Like maybe also like stuff like fences or even stuff like. The basic surroundings of setting up a festival, how expensive.
Of course, but there are things you need to provide, and if you can't provide them with the amount of money you earn through the festival, then you can't do the festival. But we felt we could miss on. We didn't like. We felt you could like take the shows away and still have the full festival experience, and not dig our own graves with all the expense that brings with it. Because also it's like not to get into too much detail, but we also need to think of a way where you put the water, running water, and everything, and it would have been really difficult for us.
And where the water has to be drained too.
Exactly, like all that. It would have been really difficult to provide it this year. Maybe in the future, let's see. I mean, we're always up for that idea, but we feel it won't take away from the experience. Everything else, like sanitary you need, is provided en masse. Like there hasn't been an issue last time around. Like we didn't have anyone complain about not having a shower. I think I can't remember, but yeah.
No, I guess that's not
fine.
something people complain about typically. I think it's mostly people don't expect to have showers. It's nice to have. Yeah.
But are you already able to give information on as far as on something like food or drinks? What are you planning on providing?
I mean, there will be food available through food trucks. We can specify what kind of menu items there will be, but we try to improve from last edition because we felt, although it worked out, and I think nobody starved. We try to open to a variety of food items. Let's see. There will be information in the future.
Yeah.
Not right now.
Come on, do you really go to a music festival for the food?
No, of course not. No,
Okay,
it's just some
we
interesting
try to-
points I wanted to tickle out of you because maybe to some people it might be more interesting beforehand if what they can expect.
We will definitely provide a lot of options for food. We are not one of those sausage in a bun festival, so we will offer a wide variety for carnivores, vegans, vegetarians, and maybe also kosher and halal. Depends. But
so you're going to make some hummus, yeah?
No, I'm not going to make
hummus for everyone.
But I think that the focus is mostly on bands than food. You know, I mean, if I go to festival as a visitor, food would be something to to fill my stomach so I don't vomit from all the alcohol consumption. That's the only thing.
Of course, we didn't want.
I guess it's fair. Give him a point. It's you're expecting there to be food. Like you have some. You need to have some decent food. Yeah.
You expect decent food, but but the focus is not on that.
No,
and decent food we shall provide. Don't worry.
And I mean, everybody who knows Lior, I think you're the person I know who is most
not everyone knows me.
That is most caring about food in general. Like I think from all people I know.
Yeah.
Let's give you that compliment.
Thank you, Lucas.
I think it is a compliment.
Food is extremely important to me, extremely, and that's why I don't go out to eat in Germany that much because I'm so tired of being disappointed. That being said, we will provide with quality food, so rest assured it will happen.
So you already mentioned as well, Lukas, that you will be part of this year's lineup as well. So
I don't think I mentioned it, but now that you mention it, can also talk about
Toby. Thank you, Toby, for spilling the beans.
Didn't you already say that, like in the introduction?
No, Toby.
So
see,
I can always cut this
we can't
one
have
out,
nice
right?
things,
Okay, I will cut this out.
There is always
Is it okay to speak about this anyway?
Yeah, I mean the lineup is known, so
yes,
we can speak about it. What do you want to know?
I was just wondering if this somehow changes your perspective in being on the planning side of the event and also on the artist side.
It's pretty easy, I guess. It's pretty easy. It won't be easy because like having experienced the first run of our festival, I'm in the position I'm in, and the things I have to take care about. I won't have much time. Also, my bandmates, who are also more or less involved in the festival, especially my friend Jana, who has also worked his ass off the last time around, and he will
With very
again
short
next edition.
pants.
Oh,
With very
he will
short
bring the
pants,
pants. Yeah, he promised me he will bring the pants just for you alone. So okay, to cut it short, it's not that easy. It's not going to be that easy to also play, but we will manage. We will have plenty of time ahead to plan everything, and I'm also excited to play because I think, not to speak about the lineup too much, but we will bring with Nekos, we will bring something different again, like something different to the festival, which isn't brought to the festival by the other bands. In that way, we are like, and with the music we're playing and in the way we approach like stage performance, I guess we'll bring what we have to offer, and it will be fun for me also to play. It will be interesting. Ask me again, like for the next year's edition.
Okay.
How it went down.
I will. So, yeah, Sebi, what are we yet to ask those two? Like having a glimpse on our set of questions we prepared.
I think not to spoil the next edition of the podcast, we got quite through everything.
I would like to mention this. In the last year, myself and two friends have started a booking agency called Abyssal Booking, where we book tours and shows for bands that we see fit in our vision and concept. And it's important for us that in our festival productions to give them that stage and chance where we can showcase them as well. And many of them will perform on that festival edition of Hole in the Sun, as well as we did several weeks ago at Goldgruber with our first show of Abyssal Evocations Part 1. And for me personally, that sealed my relationship with Castle as far as black metal is concerned, or at least with that specific venue. And we will move on to bigger and other venues and cities. And I believe that the next chapters of Abyssal Evocation will happen either in the east or the west of Germany, maybe north. It will be a traveling thing where Abyssal Booking bands could showcase their material and in a supportive surrounding and environment. Other than that, I am really looking forward to introduce the bands in the next chapter, because that is what this festival is about. It's the bands. I know that a lot of people go to festivals without ever announcing the lineup. For me, it's a no-go. Sorry. I don't think people, at least in this kind of scene, are going to a festival for a festival experience. They go for the bands that they like. Because, I don't like to use that word, but there's a lot of elitism in black metal, especially in the German black metal scene.
Point given.
I can't really call it a community, but it is a scene. A community is not as ungrateful as a scene can be. We are dealing with, I can say it out loud, black metal is the most difficult scene in the world. People rather sit at home and complain about how it used to be, even though they weren't even present in those days, and they show zero support. But the vast majority does go to shows. I will give them that, and I really hope that that they could attend this festival, because this festival has such limited capacity. We cannot sell more than 700 tickets. No, we want to keep it at those numbers, because I think more than that is just too much hassle and too much work, and then we will not enjoy it. And I would rather see my friends at the festival and see a band that I really really like, share a beer with them, and go back to slavery somewhere with a different task. But yeah, as my ex-wife said, small is good. It's okay. So
That's really something you need that we need to stress out as well. Like in the
Let's-
past
yeah.
edition,
it's small.
Let's wait for the next
No, in
edition
the
to
past-
learn more about Lior's.
I'm okay.
in the past
I mean,
edition of the festival,
He
it
does
was
the work, you know. I mean,
I just wanted to say, in the past edition of the festival, it was very easy to also approach the artists, like who have been visitors themselves at the festival most of the time, and yeah, to approach the artists themselves, like having meeting them at the merch table or even at the festival ground themselves,
Of
because
course.
it is such a small, it was a small venue, a very intimate venue, and I suppose the new location would provide the same opportunity.
yes, I think that's exactly the point. We are aiming for that proximity effect, you know, and it does feel like, or at least at that edition, the previous edition, it felt like the audience and then the bands really share part of the being, you know, that it felt more of a familial tribe. Everyone were really a part of something,
Yeah.
both the audience and the bands, and we were part of something, and we really made history. I think we
That's
made
something
history that
that's
time.
something I think we left out, or haven't explicitly said it before during this podcast, that we talked a lot about the experience we try to provide, but obviously like half of it is the people coming, and they are as much as responsible for the success of the festival as we are, as we provide the setting and the rest.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and then it all
Absolutely.
works together.
I think festival goers, you know, because I did said before that a festival rises and falls on the help of volunteers, which is true. But we are doing the festival for the audience, and it is for people to come and experience what we planned for them. And of course, it's the most important thing. But we also don't aim to please everyone. If we would aim to please everyone, we would bring mainstream bands and stuff that we don't like, and that for us that wouldn't give us the fire that we have now, the passion for the festival. So in a way, we are elitist ourselves. But
I mean, you can't, you
yeah,
can't
but,
avoid it in some way.
yeah, but yeah,
And I think it's fine.
inevitable.
It's
It's
totally fine.
inevitable. Yes.
Yeah,
Mm.
you
Did
don't have
you
to be an asshole.
did your work with Busse Booking somehow influence, like not only booking the program points, but did it somehow influence the planning and the organization of the Hole in the Sun 2025 edition?
Yeah, so I try to keep things separate, or else we will have a repetitive lineup all the time. That makes no sense. But I try to push bands from our roster in there if they fit the concept. Again, if they fit the concept, which is important. I think Hole in the Sun has its own direction, and we always focused on more occult bands, and whether it be black metal or death metal, it had to take a certain direction where we feel connected to. Sometimes bands from Abyssal Booking answer those criteria, and sometimes don't, so they will not be there, or they will be there next time. But but we don't build the festival around those bands, as you can see at the lineup that we already announced. I think only a small part of our roster is there. And that being said, when I sent offers to bands to build the program and the lineup, the answers that we got was so amazing. It seemed like the first edition we did, like the magnitude was really, really big, and everyone were really eager to play at the second edition. It was so. I want to really stress out that point that we are astounded still from this support from bands, because it's important to have that symbiosis, and
You have only so much slots to fill on the festival. So that's also being said, there are a lot of bands out there which we are really eager to book for future endeavors with Hole in the Sun, which
we will.
didn't work out up until now. But yeah, still, it's a lot of appreciation.
I must say, I just came back on Sunday from Trondheim in Norway. I was handling live mix for Whoredom Rife, as I always do. And I was at the really amazing festival Caremonia Nidrosia number 3, which is organized by Terratur Possessions, and they presented 3 bands every day, 6 bands in total. And they had visitors from 32 countries. I can't pinpoint exactly the capacity of the venue, but I can say that it was more than, I don't think it was more than 800, and it was sold out every day, and it was amazing. The organization and stuff, and those things inspire me. And it's always about the lineup, because sometimes that's all it takes for a festival. However, we have 24 bands in a period of 3 days, and maybe it's too much to process for some people, but we really try to fit them, and to fit those slots is such a difficult task to build a program. And,
also so fun and so rewarding.
It's fun when it happens, but then you build it and you're satisfied, and you announce it, and you print flyers and posters, and then bands start to cancel, and they're always last minute. So music is fun, as my friend says.
So you already had to change some bands, but I think let's postpone the talk about the bands and the program itself, the artists and the vision behind the occult spirituality. Let's postpone this to our next edition.
Let's keep something for next time. Yeah.
Let's keep something for next time, at least. Yes. Do you have any final words for today's edition of the podcast?
Yes.
Anything you want to say about to all the visitors who are not sure if they want to come to the 2025 event?
I would like to say this: come to Hole in the Sun and really enjoy underground metal bands that really pour their heart out on stage, their soul, and it's something that is really rare nowadays. There are so many bands that go on stage with corpse paint and inverted cross, and they are usually empty of substance. And those bands do not play at Hole in the Sun. We really have a different lineup. I think everyone will love it. Even people who are not really familiar much with this genre, they can recognize when something real and authentic is hitting them. And we really worked hard to make this program, and also make the festival the best experience one can have.
An experience you can relate to. Yeah. You can relate to, you can connect with.
Exactly. And to not sound too hippie and lovey-dovey, but it is a certain vibe, that connects people. There is not much more to say, I believe that the price for the ticket is very, very cheap, given to what we provide the bands. Sure, if you compare it to bigger productions, it might be the same. But as we said, we focus on the quality rather than the quantity. So yeah, let's say this: Dark Funeral will not play at Hole in the Sun, yeah, but other bands will. So
Yeah, thank you for
yes,
hosting us.
yes, and thank you for inviting us for this podcast. And
It was a new experience for me, but
Thanks for having us. Thank you for coming, and thank you
Yes.
for being
Open and
taking the
honest,
time and open and honest.
and and really going into details about the whole behind the scenes a bit. Yeah, that's what we wanted to capture here tonight. So
just wait for the next time.
Yep.
Yeah,
Stay tuned
next
for
time.
when we
Yeah.
speak about the
Let's talk about the fun stuff.
music, the fun stuff.
Yes, I think
Nice.
I really think that next time we will really talk in depth about each band and what it means to us, also as music fans and everything. So we are excited about that.
Stay tuned for that. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Stay-
and keep politics away from music.